In this video, I will be installing SQL Server 2016 on Windows Server 2016. So I have a Windows Server 2016 virtual machine installed in my lab setup, and on this I will be doing a SQL Server 2016 installation. So let me go to the server manager. So this is the name of my computer. It's Prod SQL 1. It's part of the domain virtuallab.net, and I have three drives, C, D, and E, and this is my installation binaries. So this is the SQL 2016 Developer Edition downloaded from Microsoft TechNet website. So I will be doing the installation now. Click on yes. So the installation is pretty straightforward. So uh, this is a basic installation of Windows Server 2016, and I can straight away go ahead and directly do the installation without anything else. The installation is very similar to SQL Server 2014, just a couple of additional changes, and only one difference is that um, the management studio comes as a separate package for installation, and same goes for data tools, which used to be the same case for the last couple of versions. So I will click here new SQL Server standalone installation. I select the free edition, so here I'll select the developer edition. Click next. I'll accept the license terms. Click next. I click next. I don't have a internet connection in my VM, so I'm not going to check for updates. I'll click next and again next. I'll click next. I didn't get any error for the install rules, so I'll click on next. So here I need to select the features that I'm going to install. So I'll select SQL Server application, full text, data quality services, analysis services, reporting services. So like on whatever I need to install, I will select those options, and also instant root directory. So I'll make some changes here. I will put the instant root directory to DMS SQL, and rest I'll keep as default. I'll click on next here. Okay, so here I need to specify if it is going to be a default instance or name instance. I'm going to keep it a default instance. I'm not going for a name instance right now. And these are my directories for SQL Server, analysis services, reporting services. So I click on next. Okay, in this page I need to specify the account for each SQL service. So what I will do is that I have a service account created already. So I'll put that one here. So this is my service account. I'll just copy it across all the services, and so it depends, like you can use a single service account for all the services, or you can have different service account for all the services, but it's always better to use a service account. SQL agent startup will be automatic. I can change it later, but I'll change it from here itself. I'll specify the password here, and after I put the password, I will move to the next section. There's a new feature in SQL Server 2016, that is grant perform volume maintenance task privilege to SQL Server database engine service. This privilege will enable instant file installation by avoiding zeroing of data pages. But again, in a sensitive environment, this might not be the best option to select. So this is something which is a new feature in SQL 2016. So once I specify the password, I move to the next tab. This was the collection. I'll keep the collection default here. I'm not going to change anything. Uh, I got some errors in my service account. Okay, so the password here is not correct. So I'll put it once more. And then I will move to the next section. Yeah. So this is a default collection. I'm not going to change anything here. It's a lab setup, but in your environment, you might need to customize it according to your needs. So I'll click next here. Okay, so there's a section where I need to specify if I need a only Windows authentication as or a mixed mode where SQL as well as Windows authentication will be allowed. So I'll select mixed mode. So the password I specify here will be my SA password. So there's something I should keep a note of as I say the important account. And I need to specify here which are the sysadmins on this SQL server. So I'll use my own ID and I'll just add a couple of other IDs that I will need later on. So depending on who are the user you need to give sysadmin access, you need to add them here and you can do it later on. But at least there should be one user who should be having sysadmin access so that you can work with the SQL once the installation is completed. So the next tab, I need to specify where my data and log files will be stored. So my root directory is DMS SQL. For my data, I will s- select a path where the data files will go and I'll put it under DMS SQL data. And for log, I will select a folder called log. For backup, I will keep it as backup in D itself. So this location is a location where the data log and backup files will go directly. Now, this is another addition in 2016 is TempDB can be sized at the start of installation itself. So what I will do here is that I will put the number of files as 4. It's a lab setup so I can play around with anything. In your real environment, you will have to specify the number of files based on your transaction load and your hardware configuration of the server. So you can, if you are really working on a very large system, then you can set the initial size and auto growth to a higher value. I'm just putting things in a smaller shape here right now because it's a lab setup that I have. And I will select the E drive for my tempdb. So I will create a folder called temp here. And so normally in a production environment, there's a separate temp drive, mostly T or anything given to you by your administrator. Temp drive should normally be on a separate drive on a separate RAID. So the log directory for temp also will be me. So file stream, I'm not enabling file stream right now. It's something which can be enabled later from the properties of SQL Server. So I'll click next. Okay, this is the part where I put the analysis services configuration. So I'm just going with the default multi-dimensional and data mining mode. There's something I'm not going to cover right now. Just adding my ID here as the administrator who will have rights on the analysis services. The data directories, I can change it based on my needs and the standards that I have where they should be. I'm keeping things default here. Reporting services, native mode, install and configure, install only. So I'm going with the option of install and configure. I'll get it configured during the installation itself. So I'll click on next. So everything is ready. This is my INI file location. So next time I'm doing installation on a similar server where I just need to uh, have a same configuration of SQL, I can take this configuration file, put it there during installation and just specify the password for the service account and other accounts. Rest of the things will be the same. So once I click install, the SQL Server installation will start and it should complete in some time. So the installation is completed. The next step will be to install the SSMS and the data tools separately.